Hello, everybody. My name is Zakia, and we have a really special broadcast today. Well, there's a lot that's happened in the last 2 days. I went and got a whole bunch of soap supplies from Marlene of Molly's Bath and Soap Supplies. So I'm going to show you all of the goodies that we got for that. I then posted that I was taking a case or a box of our latest book, but it's not a new book. Some of you thought it was new. This book has been out for over a year now, but there was a lot of questions about how you can get it, where you can get it, when did I write, how did I write, am I self-published, do I have a publisher, all of that. But then we also have to prepare for our herbs and making lotions and body butters, as well as our body and hair oil. So this is going to be a pretty packed broadcast. I do see that we have landed. I can't tell everywhere. I thought we would be on Instagram. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but if you are watching on Instagram, welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. So again, I'm Zakia, and we're going to talk about what I got and why I got it, because it's time for a restock. Now, I went and I was able to pick this up locally. Marlene is in the Philadelphia area. She doesn't offer that service to everybody, but she did offer it to me. I asked her, I said, I got a lot of stuff. Can we save on shipping? I'll just drive. I know gas is pretty high, but who cares, right? So Marlene runs a group that is being transferred over to a page. And when I tell you, she has very high quality lye. She has extremely high quality essential oils and fragrance oils. And I need that for not only our soap, but our body water, our body butters, our body wash, our whipped soap, our lotion. All of those things require the use of scent. So I see we have some of you that are watching. Uncle Pat is here. Hello, hello, hello. Listen, I know a lot of you have seen the guy that's like the dapper, bald-headed man. He is one of my number one supporters, both financially, mentally, emotionally, when it comes to growing this business. He's like, keep going, keep going. You got a good product. So I'm happy that he's here. Was that able to come up? Maybe, maybe not. And then let's see, what's that last comment? Gwenny Isaac, welcome to the broadcast. So what you are going to see is all of the supplies that I got. I'm going to talk about the books, and then you're also going to see how I go about creating an herbal infusion. Now, an herbal infusion is really just using various herbs that are infused in oils. So let me switch you guys to this camera here. So I use this really large roaster pot. Now this roaster pot is filled, I don't think you're going to be able to see, and oh, you can see inside, but it's filled with my proprietary blend of different oils. Some of those oils are jojoba oil, argan oil. I have some of them over here: rosehip seed oil, meadow foam oil, cranberry seed oil, black seed oil, all of those things that are known for their properties that they offer to the skin. So I have that roaster. Tammy, hello! Your loaf of triple butter is ready to go, my dear. It's been ready, but I never follow up. Sorry, that kind of stuff. And then we also have Terry here. Long time, well, not too long, long enough. And so the reason I infuse the herbs in such a large container is because I reuse them for different things. It's the base oil in our soap, which is why you experience a different kind of clean with Natural Soap by Zakia. We also use it as the base oil for our body butters, our lotion, our herbal balms. A lot of you have been asking me, when are you going to restock this? These are the herbal balms here, guys. These are the herbal balms, and I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. I'm going to get a little bit out of there. This one is our hemp seed balm. And the nice thing about it is you can see that consistency, but when you rub it in, it melts into your skin. And it's perfect to have in your pocket for those ashy parts that happen right about there. So I need to remake that. So this infusion is going to be used not only for our lotions, It's also used for our herbal balms, but then most importantly for our hair and body oil. This is the only oil that I do use in my locks. I am a sister lock girl, but you can use it on a bald head, natural hair, curly hair, straight hair, permed hair, whatever hair that you have, if you're looking for a truly, truly nourishing item for your hair. So that is why I do it in such a large roaster. I used to make it in a small crock pot. I can't do that anymore because of the amount that I need. And so you'll get a chance to see how I go about adding the herbs. And then we actually will infuse them for 4 hours. I'll turn the roaster off and then I'll come back and I'll double infuse it tomorrow for another 2 hours. And then I have to strain it out. So that's what we have on task for us today. Pretty extensive, but let's start with the unboxing because that is what I promised you all, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to slide our books over and then I'll move to the books. So I don't know exactly how many scents I got, but it looks like I have about 18 on this list. But I'll show you the additives that we got and then we'll talk about the fragrances. And of course, I don't have a knife back here. I normally do. Let's look. I don't see one, but I got this stainless steel pot. Now, this pot will be great for making the smaller test batches of our soap. And it holds 16 ounces. So this is a really nice pot. It's great for the aesthetics on a live stream. You have that sitting stainless steel pot on the stainless steel table. We look pretty official, right? And then we also got some smaller ones. These are great for holding small amounts of essential oil or fragrance oil. When you get true quality essential oils, you can't really put that in plastic. Like if you've ever seen me make the soap, what'll typically happen is I prepare everything before I start mixing. And normally I'm not mixing for another 45 minutes. If I were to measure out my essential oils in a plastic container, it would eat away at that plastic because it's that high quality. So what we've got is different sizes of the smaller containers, which are stainless steel. Tell me I'm not, listen, Lenza. That's going to be, that. Let me turn this one off here because I know that gives you kind of some feedback on the broadcast. So can you include a link to your website? Yes, I can, Terry. Let's see. I pre-set it up. Okay, which website? I got two. If you want to buy soap, you can go to buyzakia.com. And if you want to get the book bundle that we're going to talk about, you want to go to Live Soap School. But I'll put those both in the links of this video so that you'll get a chance to see it. But yes, the website is by Zakia. We're working on a relaunch of the website. I'm really excited. Maybe I'll take you behind the scenes, but let me stay on task. So we have that one. And then we have these really cute minis. These are perfect for mixing up small amounts of your colorant. So if you're using a mica or a natural pigment, these are perfect because it's the perfect size for getting your colorants. And again, in terms of having preparation before the broadcast or before I get started making them, I'll know exactly what's in where and we'll be ready to go. All right. So these are the containers that I got. High quality. It's stainless steel, so it makes it much easier for the cleanup, especially when we're doing our activated charcoal and kaolin clay. Whenever you do activated charcoal soap, or when I do activated charcoal soap, I'm praying to the soap gods that it doesn't like go poof all over the place because activated charcoal, it's really, really fine. But not only that, if it spills, it covers everything and you're picking it up for a very, very long time. It's been a minute. Yes, it has, but not too long, hopefully. Let me see. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Got it to come up there. All right. So that's what we have there. Then we also got some sodium hydroxide. Everybody always says, can soap be made without lye? The answer is yes, no, sometimes maybe. But 99% of the time when you're seeing me make soap, it is the traditional cold process method or the hot process method, which requires the use of lye. So because my order was the size of my order, I actually got 2 pounds of lye for free. I think that's going on for 2 weeks. I think that's going on for 2 weeks. Then she gave me this. This was a freebie. It's a super sharp knife, and I got to be careful because I saw when she took it out, it looked serious. And so when it comes time for me, hey Laura, how you doing? How you doing? How are you? Look at this baby. Look at that knife, and it's stainless steel as well. So I'll get really nice, clean cuts if I ever have to cut by hand or if I do a soap cake. I don't think you guys have seen me do a soap cake back here. We'll have to do a soapy cake. And this is how I'll be able to get really nice, clean slices of that soapy cake. All right, so that's our knife. I'm trying to make sure all of the odds and ends are covered. And all of you know, or some of you may not know, my absolute favorite food to eat is hot pot. And this is like she taught me something aside from like, giving the person the thing that they asked for. This shows that she knows her customer. She got me the spoon for the hot pot and the chopsticks for the hot pot. You would think as much Chinese food as I eat, I actually know how to eat with chopsticks. I do not. Paige does. Nyla does. I do not. So this is a nice gift. I like it. It was thoughtful, and maybe it'll be enough for me to actually learn how to use them. She also gave me some disinfecting wipes because you always have to wipe your surfaces down. Great for when I'm in the classrooms. She also, look at this, Linda. I don't know if I'm supposed to unbox this. I don't know if this is top secret. I don't know if this is top flight security secret in terms of new products. But you guys know we do the workshops for the kids. And I know I'm a mama. Don't send my kid home with extra stuff that I have to clean off of their clothes. This actually worked out for Paige today. She used the medium size one. But it's a little apron that buttons down that will protect the children's clothing. And even the adults. This is an adult size. So there you go. We're ready to go. We're rocking and rolling and rolling and rocking. We are good in the high desert. Is it hot there yet? It's still pretty cold here. We also got little mini mixing bowls that are great for mixing up the colorant. The reason why I was really excited about this, there is a certain amount of colorant that you need to use when you're making the soap, right? And I'm in the class and I take really large containers of colorant. That's my fault. That's my bad. I'll never do that again. However, I can pre-measure the exact amount of colorant that the kids need so that they can't overdo it with the soap. One little boy had a mountain of colorant. He did every color that we have because he thought it was going to be a rainbow. I told him that's not going to end up the way you think it's going to end up. And what do you guys think happened? As soon as he started stirring, what do we get? Brown. It went to the darkest brown with like some hints of yellow that just couldn't get mixed in because that much color was being used. All right, Claudia is hi. Miss Karen, my neighbor. How does one send stars? She asks. Okay, so stars is a new feature on Facebook that allows me to get paid for the content that I put out there. So I think if you've never sent stars before, Facebook does give you 500 stars to start out with. And so there's like a little star somewhere down there in the comment section where if you click on it, it'll allow you to send me some stars. And it's your way of supporting me on this broadcast. I can see that we are up to 96 of you on the stream. So whether you are watching on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, or Instagram, number one, thank you for watching and thank you for being here. Number two, if you've never been here before, but you kind of sort of like the vibe, you kind of sort of like this energy that I'm giving you, make sure that you follow, subscribe, click the little notification bell so that way you get notified the next time that we go live. We're doing an unboxing. I forgot we have to do a bit of a reset because people come in and out, in and out. Let's decline that. Let's go ahead and make sure this is on Do Not Disturb so that doesn't happen again. Sorry, guys. All right. And then we also got some arm covers. You know, I always break the rules. Whenever you're making soap, you do need to be wearing long sleeves, closed toes, safety goggles, and gloves. Well, this is actually plastic sleeves. So if I break the rules, like I am known to do on these broadcasts, I can wear these plastic gloves, and that way my arms are protected. And you need that protection because, again, in order to make true handmade soap, and I shouldn't say it that way, non-melt and pour soap, I did do, I did do a do not disturb. It's not working. It's really not working. Miss Frazier tried to send a star. I will take that star. I will take it. Um, so that's what these are for. And then I also got these little baggies. You guys may be getting a face mask sample in your orders. You may be getting an herb sample in your orders, but I'll be able to send those in these smaller bags. So that is all of the additions aside from the fragrances and the essential oils. And some people will ask, well, what's the difference between a fragrance oil and an essential oil? An essential oil is the true oils that are distilled or extracted from the plants. The reason why we often get fragrance oils is sometimes you can't get the scent that you want in an essential oil. So if we're ever making 100% natural soap, that means, hold on guys, I unplugged you. That means that we have actually used 100% in terms of the oils and the butters, and we didn't use any colorants, and we didn't use any fragrance oils. We only used the essential oils to scent the soap. So that's the primary difference between the two. Okay? So what did we get, Johnny? Let's let them know. We got orange essential oil. This is the best part. Unfortunately for all of you, you can't smell because they still haven't given us smell-o-vision yet, but it's coming. I've been asked, they've given us AI, so smell-o-vision is right around the corner. But this one is an orange essential oil, and it smells like if you were to cut an orange and right there around the skin, that's where you would smell that orange essential oil. So if you can imagine cutting open an orange, do an inhale. Imagine cutting that orange open. That's what we've got with this one right here. All right, then we got peppermint essential oil. Peppermint is my #3 best-selling soap. I cannot keep it in stock. Some men love it. Some men hate it. It does give you a tingle from the mint. Take that as you may. And then I always say for ladies, with the peppermint, you kind of got to be careful in your lady parts. But this smells, and it's a sweet peppermint essential oil. I have gotten some peppermint essential oils where it's just way too strong. This has a sweet, like a peppermint that you would eat around Christmas scent to it. So if you're trying to test or keep up with what I'm saying that we have, so far we have gotten the orange essential oil and the peppermint essential oil. I should also mention that with essential oils and even some of the fragrance oils, and Marlene does offer the aluminum, but to save money, you can transfer the essential oils to the aluminum containers, which I have a whole bag of, which I will do. But I'm hoping that we go through this within the next 2 weeks, so that should not be an issue. But if you ever get essential oils, they should be in either dark amber bottles, glass bottles, or in aluminum containers. I'll show you what I mean. So these are an example of aluminum containers of what I'm describing. You want them in this because that way, depending on how strong the essential oils are, your peppermints, your tea trees, they cannot stay in a vessel that is plastic. They will eat away at that. But for short transports, and if you're going to use it in about a week, plastic is fine. Otherwise, get yourself some glass containers to transfer your oils for longer storage. Okay, so that one was our, oh, I'm sorry, that was our lemongrass. Lemongrass would be our number 2 most popular. Oh my gosh! I already did this, but it doesn't hurt to do it again. I think I got 2 of the lemongrass, yeah. So that's 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds of each of those. And then we also got the black cherry. This one is the one that I use in order to create our lotion that kind of sort of smells like Jergens without all the hoopla and trash that's in other commercial lotions. So I got that one, and it's also great in a whipped soap. So that's what that one is for. And candles. Oh my gosh. This is a benzoin resin oil. We'll talk about resins in another video, but that's what this one is. Then we got Texas cedarwood, another fabulous essential oil. I will go ahead and give that one a sniffy sniff. This one is great for a base note for our masculine soaps and lotions. Then we got Rainforest. This one is a fragrance oil. Remember I was saying that one of the primary differences in essential oil and fragrance oils, you can't get a Rainforest essential oil. So I love the smell of it. It kind of has like a spa feeling to it. It's very clean. And so this one will be great in the spring line. This one will be great in that. And there's more. And there's more. We also got pineapple mango. I can't even say it. Pineapple mango. Great for a sugar scrub. Great for a lotion. Great for a body butter. Great for a soap. This can be used in almost everything. I'm really looking forward to soaping with that one. And then I got some 1 pound ones. This one is eucalyptus mint. Oh, it brings, I don't know if you've ever had like a complete eucalyptus, and it can be very, very minty. Like I said that about peppermint too. But eucalyptus has a deeper mint smell to it. This one, on the other hand, is a fragrance oil. And my God, it has like a baby powder undertone that brings the eucalyptus mint down a bit. Miss Karen, keep sending those stars, Miss Karen. Hold on. She's like, hope I'm doing this right. Well, I'll show you. Miss Karen is my neighbor, a very supportive, God-fearing woman who looks out for me and the girls all the time. But, she's amazing. So thank you for being here. You are doing it right. You're doing it absolutely right. So this one I'm going to hold until the end because I named that fragrance on her live stream. So I'm going to come back to that one. This one is the Bergamot Essential Oil. Listen, this one can be unisex, but I struggle with our masculine beard oils and scents that are for men. My uncle comes here quite a bit, and he's like, "What you got for the men? What's all this lady stuff?" So he's like down to like 2 or 3 that he can choose. This one is going to be winner, chicken dinner. And then I can also make my own body sprays with this combination here. So you start out with what you like, and then you're able to blend them to make your own custom fragrances. I never use just one by itself. I try and blend 2 or 3 to create something that's truly unique for the By Zakia product lines. All right. So then we got cinnamon apple fragrance oil. Linda. It has bakery. It says cinnamon, but the apple is punching through. The apple is doing it. The apple is appling. And then the cinnamon is just kind of like a hint in there to kind of change the scent a little bit. This one is a white camphor. So this is more going towards the summer line in terms of like that insect repellent. No, our products do not repel insects. However, white camphor is a great oil and a great scent for the summertime. All right, let's keep going. There's a few more, and there's more. This one is our lemon mint fragrance oil. Oh, you know how sometimes you smell something really good and sometimes you're just greedy, and it kind of sort of bubbles up on the side like, like you're hungry, mouth-watering, lemon mint does that. Lemon mint does that. So I can't wait to put that in probably a body wash. That'll be really good in a body wash. Litsia Kubebe. I always say Kubebe. I don't know if it's Bebe or Kube. There's only one BEA, but it feels better to say Litsia Kubebe. Another lemon. I got a lot of lemon. I'm thinking, you want to know why I got a lot of, I'm making this up as I go along, right? But there's a reason. Okay, I need you guys to follow. We've got lemongrass. We've got lemon mint. We've got, let's say, kubebe, right? And we also have these amazing lemon gift boxes. So could you imagine making a whole set, putting it in there? You got a gift. You got some self-care in a jar for you or somebody special. A whole lemon lineup. It's coming. It is coming. But, after I smelled what I was smelling, I was like, oh, I got the perfect something for that. All right. What do we have going here? All right. Almost a few more, guys. I know this is going long. We got patchouli. I'm going to tell you guys right now. When you ask me about the patchouli, so patchouli is a love it or hate it scent. And I am somebody who hates the smell. Hate is a very strong word. It's a strong dislike. Like, you got to like it or not like it. And I'm a not like it kind of person. However, I have had so many people ask me for a patchouli soap. I'm going to try to make a patchouli soap mixed with orange. But if you ever try to get me to describe the smell of patchouli, I imagine it's what hippies who never bathed for like 20 days in a row would love patchouli. However, that's not a judgmental kind of thing, but it's kind of the image I get when I smell patchouli. However, when people ask for it, you give the people what they want. So I will be making a patchouli soap. And then we also got pink grapefruit. Love pink grapefruit. I've gotten this from her before. Again, very, very fruity, very, very fresh, and it's an essential oil. Another difference between the essential oil and the fragrance oil, specifically for my new soap makers, you don't need as much with an essential oil. They are highly concentrated, volatile compounds from the plant. Whereas when you're starting out, you probably only need a half an ounce per pound of oil. However, you do want to check the IFRA standards for each of the oils to see what their guidelines are for wash-off products or stay on the skin kind of products. So the point I'm making on that is essential oils, just because of the nature of them, are more expensive than your typical fragrance oils. However, you use less in your formulations and they last a little bit longer depending on the manufacturer of them. So hopefully that's helpful. And then we got some smaller ones. And then she also gave me a whole gang of samples so I can come and buy some more stuff and some more stuff and some more stuff. That's what's in here. These are caramel pecan pumpkin, moon glow, sandalwood rose. I did already smell that one, and I am going back to get 2 pounds of that. There is also an old library, which was an interesting scent. And then there was coastal jasmine. And then I also got a sample of her Multani Mitti clay. And I'm going to try this in a face mask, tell you guys how I like it. And then this may be coming to a product near you. Last but not least is the one I named. She had given us the description of this on the broadcast. And based on the description, I said, well, why not call it Molly's Vineyard? And I won with the naming. And when I smell it, it smells like a vineyard. And you may be asking, well, why did you say Molly's Vineyard? Well, I was thinking Martha's Vineyard, but the name of her company is Molly's Soap and Basket Supply. So, of course, it should be Molly's Vineyard. And I won, so I got a little sample. And I think she likes the name, too. And there was more in terms of these little bowls, and we will probably use these for doing like little teeny tiny test batches, or even in classes, depending on how much oil it holds. I think it'll probably do a 2 or a 3 pound batch. The normal buckets I use, I got these when I worked at Chop. This is what they used to deliver, so you can see the size difference. This is what they used to deliver the ice in, and then they would just throw them in the trash. So I said, no, let's not do that. I can use that for my soap making. And so they let me take 1 billion of these home. So this is what I typically use, and this holds about 7.5 to 8 pounds of soap. So I'm imagining with this one next to it, it'll probably hold 3 to 4 pounds, but we will try it out and see how it goes. So I'm hoping that you all are still here with me. I am seeing those thumbs and those hearts go up on my screen, so I think you are still here. So number one, huge shout out and thank you to Marlene of Molly's Soap and Basket Supplies. She has been in the soaping industry for well over 30 years. Huge lye supplier, huge fragrance oil, essential oil, butters, oils, molds, whatever kind of supplies you need, she can probably find it or tell you don't buy that, you don't need it. So a huge thank you. And then aside from that, when you are starting a business, it's very difficult to find people specifically in your industry. She is one of those people who will talk and give you advice. And she has a saying of make sure you surround your people or surround yourself with people who are in the know business, like knowing things, and not the no, you can't do it kind of thing. So I'm really grateful to have her to be able to call and talk to, and also to be able to get quality products that I can use in my own business while also supporting her amazing business that has been going on. So Marlene, thank you very much, my dear. I can now get to soaping because as you can see, our little corner area here is empty. And so now I will be able to get my shelves restocked. So that is part one. Part two of our broadcast has to do with the book. Some of you were saying, congratulations! Oh my God! It has been amazing. Number one, I am a self-published author. I have written all 4 of my books. All 4 of these were written based on my own experience as a soap maker. When I first started making soap, I brought every book that I could find on the topic of making your own soap. And what I found was 90% of them gave you that much fluff and that much information that made it very overwhelming to get started. And so I put myself in the shoes of when I first started, what would have been helpful for me. And so that is where the new Soap Makers Cookbook Series comes in. So the book that I shared with you today, that one we delivered a box or a case of 36 books to a client, which is really fantastic. And that was the latest book, which I published last year, or it might have even been 2021. And that is How to Make and Sell Soap. This is the last book out of the other 3. And this gives answers to the top 50 questions that most people have when it comes to either making their handmade products or selling their handmade products. But I'm going to go backwards just so you all know, and then I'll tell you where you can get the books and all of that. So the very first book in the collection is the new Soap Makers Cookbook, Ingredients for Success. This one is more of a mindset kind of a book. And this one was brought about because I was teaching all of these people in live soap school how to make soap. And they knew how to make soap. But then there were so many of them that would not take another step forward. And what I found was it was mindset. So this is a very easy, quick read. You can probably read it in under 45 minutes. But it has over 20 ingredients for success. And it really starts by starting out with knowing your why. Why is it that you want to make soap? And some people, what I find is you don't want to admit that you want to do it as a business, because you don't want to set yourself up for failure, right? Like, because in the back of your mind, nobody will buy it. So I'm not going to say it's a business. I'm doing it as a hobby because, then I don't have to commit to this thing as a business. However, what you set your mind to is typically what comes to fruition. And also, when you are setting out as a hobby or a business, you're going to approach it two very different ways, very separate. Because when you're doing it as a hobby, you're doing it for fun. And when you're doing it as a business, you're doing it for income. So the ingredients for success, you can take the word soap out of it and insert whatever your craft is. Because if you're struggling to take that next step with whatever you're trying to do, these are some of the ingredients that I found to start moving my own business, or my idea of it being a business, forward. So that's ingredients for success. Then I would have people on the live streams that didn't necessarily want to take a class, but they did want kind of the steps. And that's where this book came out. And that's still the new Soap Makers Cookbook. It's book 2 in the series. It's making cold processed soap from scratch. So this goes over everything, very easy to read, very quickly, without all of the nonsense, but that you'll be able to get started. You know, the supplies you need, the ingredients you need, where to get those things, the steps, what to look out for, and some starter recipes that are no fail recipes. They're tried and true, created by moi. But that's what this book is for. That's if you just kind of want to get started, you're not ready to take a class yet, you're curious about the process. That is what the cold process book is about. Then I was pretty early on with the whole vegan train for ingredients. And so the next book that I created was the new vegan soap cookbook. Most of the books that I read when I was getting started all included making soap with lard, making soap with tallow, making soap with everything other than just 100% plant-based. My entire line from the beginning has been plant-based soap. And so I created this book, which is a recipe book that walks through, again, the cold process soap making method, but then it also goes into the recipes if you only want to make vegan soap, plant-based soap. So that was book 3. And then the last book in the new Soap Makers Cookbook is the one that I shared initially. That's how to make and sell soap. So you've learned how to make it, but now you just run into the typical things. Why is my soap ricing? Why is my soap seizing? How do I sell it? How do I set it up online? How do I sell it in person? That is the purpose of this book. So these 4 books I do currently have as a bundle. You can get them on my website at livesoapschool.com. Let me see if I can put that in here. Let's see. So hopefully that will come across on there. And then I can also, I'll take you to the website to show you that. Let's do that. You're going to see like a little, it looks like a glitch for a moment. All right. So there is the link here to the website. If you go to link.livesoapschool.com/book bundle, this is where you can go and you can get all 4 books. This is an old picture. It only has the 3 there. Or you can get the books individually. So you can get Ingredients for Success, Making Cold Processed Soap, Making Vegan Soap, and then How to Make and Sell Soap. So you can choose whichever one that you want. Alrighty, guys. So that's been a lot. So number 1, for all of you that like my post when I post them, for all of you that post the congratulations, proud of you, that really makes my day. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, even when you share it. That lets me know that the information is landing, somebody cares, and all of that. And you all are sharing in this journey that has kind of just constantly progressed. I refuse to quit, and you stay right there with me. So that does make you a part of Soap Nation. So what I also said that we were going to do is we are going to go ahead and infuse our oils. So I'll go ahead and take this lid off. I do have it on at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty hot. The oils themselves are pretty hot. And then you'll see as I go about adding each of the herbs in here. Okay. So the first one that we're going to add is chamomile. And I did go ahead and put my gloves on so that I can kind of just get some really big. Why? Why? Who in the world? Who in the world? Oh, they hung up. See, they know better. All right, I'm going to come from this side. And I'm going to get our chamomile in there. And what that's going to do, now infusion, what we mean by that is the heat from the oil. What we're trying to do is we're trying to extract the qualities of those herbs and get those into the oils. Okay? So I'll go ahead and get that last little handful in. And don't worry, I've got plenty of, there's plenty more where that one came from. Then we're going to add some yarrow in as well. I don't need as much of the yarrow. We're also going to add some papaya leaves. I don't know if you guys can, I should probably show them to you. Right, I'm doing too much trying to stretch over. Next up is our comfrey leaves. Oh, it already smells good. You can already smell the herbs rusting through there. And you know what? Let me check because I can't see your comments, and that means I just updated the software. So that normally means that I have an issue. But we showed, yep, because I can see there's 29 comments over there. So it's not that I'm ignoring your comments. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate you. All right, I can't see them on my screen, but I promise to come back and respond. Oh, next up is our plantain leaves. I do a lot of the plantain. Plantain has a lot of healing qualities to it naturally. I don't know if you know, back in the day, they would do a plantain poultice, and that would help wounds to heal. We're also going to do some marshmallow leaves. What is that? Saw a piece of plastic in there. Probably came from the wrapping. And marshmallow leaves, they're like very, I don't want to say bouncy, but they're big. We got 3 more, almost there, and then we'll give it a good stir. Of course, aloe vera leaf, anything that has to do with the skin, you want to have aloe vera. This is our super secret herb. I know you did. I'm not going to give you all of them. Do some research on the ones that you like. But this is the magic one. I mean, all of them are magical, but that gives it its extra special kick. And last but not least, the beautiful calendula. All right. And I'm going to finish this off. And there's more, so I'm not worried. All right, and then what I do is I simply take my spatula and I stir it all in. I wish you all could smell what I smell. It's just a beautiful assortment of the various herbs. And then those qualities of all of the herbs are going to infuse in this oil. We'll allow it to infuse for about 4 hours. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 4 hours from now. That way I don't complete. 1:16, Lord, this won't wake me up. Okay. So we'll set that and we'll let this slowly infuse and then I'll turn it off and then I'll come back out here tomorrow and do the same thing. Alrighty. And then the beauty of that, what I mentioned a little bit earlier, with the infused herbs, I can make my own lotion. I can make my own body oil. I can make my own hair oil. I can use it in body butters. I can use the oil as a base for my lotion. And then I can also use it for my herbal balms. I can also use it for a body wash. Because all of those herbs are then infused in that oil. And we are at a really good place and a really good foundation for the soap that we're making. So that was a long one, and I really appreciate you all being here. Can those herbs also be used for tea? Yes, 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 Tammy. That's one of the main reasons. Hey, Carla, now your comments are coming up, guys. I don't know what happened. They can absolutely be used for teas. I have not shown you guys this. I started creating these herbal packs right here. Comes in a little mason jar. It's really cute. But if you wanted to do your own infusion, this is a 3-ounce herb here, but I can do the same for your herbal teas as well. There's different ones. You want to make sure that you do the research on any herb that you're going to make or ingest, right? Because sometimes they can be counterproductive for any high blood pressure medicine that you may be on or any pre-existing health conditions. So you want to make sure that you do some research. One of the safer ones would be a chamomile tea, a lavender tea, a peppermint tea, and then just try and see how you like that. Also, you can sweeten it up if you want with some agave nectar, some honey. Sugar is okay, but then you're kind of like breaking down the whole health benefits of it. So any of those will work. I had that. This is an amazing roasting pan. I got this at a thrift store or a Goodwill. Most of my crock pots came from Goodwills, except one I got on Amazon. But all of them, if you're looking for inexpensive equipment or roasters or crock pots, people always get rid of them around the holidays because they're trying to recycle with the new kitchen appliances. Always shop around November, December, January, and then when people are cleaning out again in May. You will rack up on all of those. Yes, it is. All right, so we talked about my unboxing. So the restock may commence tomorrow. I have one lady who's been waiting for a lotion for 3 weeks, and it's time for me to get her lotion. We talked about my books. I am working on the 5th and final book that I will be writing about natural skincare. I'm hoping to have that one out in the next 6 months. It will be a hard copy with a workbook to go along with it. And then we talked about how I do the infusions of my herbs so that I have a really good foundation for any of the natural skincare products I make. It's absolutely fine to make the soap or any products that you make with just your standard run-of-the-mill olive oil, coconut oil, whatever. But why not infuse it to get some of those qualities of nature from the dried herbs? I never infuse fresh herbs, and that's because I don't want to have any kind of fungus or bacteria growing in there, and the dried herbs are a way of preventing that. On another broadcast, we will talk about herbal teas and creating tinctures and all of that. I'm not sure. You can kind of see a portion. That's one of 2 herb cabinets that I have there. That also has my additives in there, so I use that as well. So I am Zakia Ringgold of LiveSoapSchool.com. Thank you for being so supportive on my postings, in my stories, sharing, liking, commenting, ordering. I really, really appreciate you all. If you are interested in getting the new Soap Makers Cookbook Bundle, you can save $15 by getting all four instead of doing one by one by one. They are available on Amazon, so for my international viewers, you'll probably save a lot more on shipping by ordering directly from Amazon. You can just type my name in and all four of my books will come up. Put in Zakia Ringgold Books, because some people some people are actually monetizing my name on Amazon. Well, there's sponsored ads that come up if you just put Zakia Ringgold. That's not me. You guys know what I look like. You guys know what I look like. We'll be here for it all, and I appreciate you for that. I am Zakia Ringgold of LiveSoapSchool.com and by Zakia, where it is so much more than soap. Have a wonderful night, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are and when you are watching this. And thanks for watching.